What is going on, YouTube family? We are back again with another video. As you can see, I'm all nice and festive. Got my kimono on with my dragons and my bamboo and such. I just wanted to go ahead and make this video, man, because I don't want to get spoiled. I want to have a good time, make some nice little predictions about how I feel about what's to come. And so, as you can see by this video, we're going to go ahead and make some predictions about what we think is going to happen with the Straw Hat bounties. And they're also going to potentially need some new Yonko, or will they just completely do away with Yonko, the Yonko moniker altogether? Considering they have already gotten rid of the 7 warlords, who knows at this point? Let's go ahead and get into it, but before we do, of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that post notification bell so you get the content as soon as I drop it. And make sure you hit that like button, because that helps the channel. It gets us to grow some. We've been making some strides here lately. We got quite a few members, so welcome to the movement, man. We doing big things here. So I hope everybody enjoys this. And so let's go ahead and get right into it. They may go over everybody's bounty, but we're definitely going to, without a shadow of a doubt, get Luffy a new bounty. Law and Kid will more likely have a new bounty, because those 3 were the most important people in regards to this whole entire fight. Those are the ones who took out the Yonko. They should be the ones who get the biggest bump in regards to what their bounties are. I feel like Luffy, who has currently a 1.5 billion berry bounty, I feel like he should at least get doubled and be 3 million. I really and truly would like to say that he will get 4 billion, but we don't know how much more is left in the whole storyline, so they're probably not going to give him too big of a bounty because of what's to come, especially since Gold D. Roger is still like, I think, 5.5 billion. So they don't want to hype him up that much and give him that big of a bounty, and that's understandable. I mean, again, I feel like he should get like at least 1 equal to that of KAIDO, because he is indeed the one who took care of KAIDO by himself. Zoro had a couple hits up, Killer had a couple hits, Law and Kid they all had several hits, but Luffy was the one who actually went toe to toe with this dude and had all of the major blows. He was the one who actually got the real fight started in regards to KAIDO. So I feel like he's the one who deserves the most. I kind of feel like they're also going to not do Luffy justice. Something tells me, considering the only people who were actually on the roof with them was themselves. It was Killer, Zoro, Law, Kid, Luffy, KAIDO, and Big Mom. No one else was actually even up there to witness what exactly went down. So, well, the CP9, ZP0 Joker did get up there, interrupt the fight. He stayed up there for long enough to see Luffy go into Gear 5th, Sun God NICO form. And speaking of, makes me wonder, are they going to include Sun God NICO form in his bounty picture? Law and Kid, of course, I feel like they shouldn't get as high of a bounty bump as Luffy, considering they wasn't even up there to begin with. I think last time we checked, Kid was like 500 million, and I couldn't even tell you what Law's is, but I think because he was a warlord, his was a little bit higher. If they both hit like the billion plateau, then that would be understandable, because of the fact that, again, you helped to take out Emperors of the Sea, aka Yonko. As far as the rest of the crew, I think they will probably just get their bounties doubled as well. So let's see, Nami's currently at 66 million, so she may go up to about 132. Brooke is at 83, so he may get around 167, 170, somewhere in that area, I feel. Frankie would be next at 94 million, so giving him roughly 200 million would be fair. I think it would be fair, but considering, you know, considering him almost killing Usopp for having 200 million after the last arc, they may play on that joke and keep it going and say, hey, Frankie finally has a 200 million berry bounty, and then Usopp ends up getting like another bump. Even though he wasn't very instrumental, he is one of the Straw Hats, and they only go based off of hearsay. And he did take care of one of the Tope Ropo. He might still get a small bump, as well as Nami, and that's what I was saying before, because again, they should be evaluating, what they actually did. So, and everyone took out at least one Toby Ropo member. Next would be NICO Robin, who's currently at 130 million. So if they give her a double, that would put her at 260. But I feel like, considering they're still super adamant about getting her away from Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates, they may go a step further and maybe give her 3 or maybe even 400 million at this point, because they do realize, when they, at the end of the last chapter, they realized how much more dangerous to the world government Luffy has become. And I feel like NICO Robin, being the only person in the world who can even read poneglyphs, will probably be very instrumental, and they'll understand that, and they'll probably bump her up to like maybe 3 or maybe even, like I said, as much as 400 million. JINBE is, I think he's at 483 million. Correct me if I'm wrong with the picture right here. I think he will, because he was, first off, he was a warlord, so that's where he's already got that factored into his bounty. So I'm not sure if he'll get a big bump either, but they may go ahead and give him at least that 500 million, since he did still again play an instrumental role in the fight. But let's digress a little bit, because I always want to make sure that I talk about my boy Chopper, because I feel like they disrespect the life out of my boy, and it's not fair. It's not fun. And granted, I get the initial like 50 berry bounty and current 100 berry bounty, but come on, man, put some respect on that dude's name. Now that y'all know that he is an official member of the crew, he does have different forms, and he does actually take part in the fighting. Not just that, the fact that he's the crew doctor. Y'all should give that man at least, come on, man, give him at least 50. Give him at least 50 million. I mean, it's only fair. Come on, man. Stop doing my man Chopper like that. But considering they kind of like to stick with different jokes within One Piece, they'll probably continue to do that, and he probably won't even scratch 100,000. Even further down the line, he probably won't even scratch 100,000. And I hate it for him, but again, that's the jokes that they make. Poor Chopper. Alright, so back up to, so we got, of course, my homie Sanji, who, he really didn't have a really big contributing factor, and it really upsets me that he let Black Maria, because of his chivalrous demeanor and all this other kind of stuff, and him taking that way too far, he let Black Maria beat the mess out of him, and that should have never happened. I mean, granted, what he did with calling Robin, he should have done that way earlier. Saved himself some humiliation. It is what it is. But he didn't. I don't know why, but he didn't. And they again continue to play on that one joke that Sanji is just a super big pervert who just falls in love with every female almost, and it's actually kind of annoying. But it actually gives my homie, my favorite character in the show, Zoro, more fuel to actually pick with Sanji, because now he can say, hey, did you just get beat up by a room full of women? But Sanji's bounty will probably get an increase. He's currently at 330 million, which is 10 million more than Zoro's at 320 million. We'll go ahead and talk about them together because they usually they've been deemed the wings of the Pirate King. So, we'll keep them in the same conversation, I guess. I feel like they will probably end, even though Sanji wasn't up there on Roof Piece, he will probably still end up getting a nice boost and keep him and Zoro in the same place. They will come out with a bounty of 1 billion and 1.2 billion respectively. I think Sanji will be right at 1 billion and Zoro will be at 1.2 billion because of their roles. So I think that will actually be taken into consideration, and then when they actually find out, Zoro's going to hold it above Sanji's head, and Sanji's going to make one of those super jealous faces that he always is super famous for making. So I think that's how that's going to play out right there. I feel like Zoro should go ahead and jump out pretty far from Sanji, considering he actually was up there, and he even almost decapitated Kaido at one point. You guys tell me what you think about where you feel like they should be in regards to their bounties. If you think I have a good point about where they will be, if you think that they should be higher, or if they should be lower, you tell me what you think. Let's talk about the potential new Yonkos. Let's just say that they're not going to abolish the Yonko system, and they name someone a Yonko. I feel like Luffy will become a Yonko simply for the fact that that is going to be story progression, character building, for him to actually eventually take the next step and become the Pirate King. Will they make Kid and Law a Yonko? Because then there would be 5, because there'd still be Shanks, who's been holding his fort down forever. There's Blackbeard, now Luffy, Law, and Kid. So there will be 5 Emperors of the Sea. I wonder, would they actually hold that down? Or are they going to do the crazy thing that they always do and make Buggy come out of absolutely positively nowhere and become a Yonko? That would absolutely make a huge funk in the One Piece fandom, because there would be like so many people that would be like, hey, this is a running gag as Crocus tends to like doing. And it wouldn't be surprising to the people who are aware of that, who are like, hey, this is just something that Oda likes to do to troll the fandom. It's nothing new at this point. We shouldn't be surprised. But I wonder if that's what they're going to do. If they're going to continue with that running gag, is that going to be what they're going to do with this? Or are they going to allow Kid and Law to have their rightful place as a Yonko? Now, by rightful, I might actually be pushing saying that they have a rightful place, because Luffy does at least have a grand fleet after Dressrosa. He established a grand fleet. As far as I'm aware, Kid and Law do not have such a fleet, but I could be wrong. But you guys tell me what you think in the comment section down below. Share your thoughts and opinions. Tell me what you think bounties might look like. But I definitely wanted to go ahead and get this out before I got spoiled myself about what might happen. And you guys tell me what you think, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.